My gracious, it's like a jungle out here. All right, we gotta get 3 panels out from underneath all this fabric that still needs to go in the garden. Hey guys, Stan here from Rocky Creek. I hope everybody's doing great. So we got some fantastic news about our pigs, and we got to get some work done in order to hopefully get a return on this great news. So our vet who cares for our pigs in terms of their castration and the surgery that we had done on Henry when we first got him, which if you haven't seen that video, I'll throw it up here up above and you can check that out when we first got him and what was wrong with him and what we had to do. But nonetheless, she came out here, she checked on their overall health, but mainly I wanted her to look at both Mater and Olivia and to make sure that they are mature enough and they appear to be healthy enough for a successful breeding. And on a good note, we got the A-OK. They said Mater definitely looks like he's fully capable. And from what they can tell on Olivia, physically, she is ready to go. They believe she has gone into heat a couple times already, and they think her size in comparison to Mater's, we should be fine as long as there's obviously nothing inside that we don't know about that's going to prevent a successful pregnancy. But one big thing is I cannot just put them together. They haven't been together ever, pretty much other than when I very first got them from their farm. So I need to set up a temporary pen that is going to border with Mater's. This will allow them to see each other through the fence before I put them in together. Now my original plan was to drive T-posts and basically do a boxed off view, 3 sides, sharing the 4th side with his. But up here, this ground is extremely rocky. I just beat on a T-post for about 30 minutes and I was making no progress. Then I thought to myself, hey, I got those Premier One connectors that we used when we did our DIY $80 livestock trailer that worked really well. Now my new plan is going to be I will attach an existing cattle panel to the outside post of Mater's pen, bring it out, but instead of running my T-post, which I would have had to done 2 in each corner, but in the corners I can use these Premier One panel connectors in hopes that that will replace using the T-posts. Now my only concern with these is that Olivia is strong enough that if she were to pick it up with her nose, she is going to pick up that whole side of the fencing. So I may try to stake it down in some way, but she only is going to need to be in here hopefully for about a week. So if we can survive that 1 week, I think we're going to be fine. So let's see if this will work out for us. Tell you what guys, if this works, I'm going to feel like a genius because it'll be a million times easier than trying to drive those T-posts in, I can tell you that. Hardest thing is managing these cattle panels on my own. So these things are super cool. You just feed it around, spirals right on through, connecting the 2 panels. Boom. Connected, baby. This short panel is left over from that DIY livestock trailer, and I have 4 of those. My plan is that I will actually connect 2 of these short ones together in the middle, so that way if I need to get in and out, I don't have to slide an entire panel. I can undo it just in the middle and then pull it back shut, and I'll use bungees or a chain or something to re-secure it if I have to go in. So I'm going to do a connector there in the middle, run a short one, and then I'll run another long one the rest of the way back up that way. So let's see how it goes. Oftentimes, once you get this thing kind of rolling, like you saw in that first one, it'll just start taking off and will just run all the way down on its own. Doing them in the corners is a lot easier than trying to do this piece straight up, though, I can tell you that. This one's kind of giving me a little bit of troubles. Could be because I'm not working on a flat surface either, we're kind of on a hill. All right, so there's that piece hooked in the middle. So guys, I'll come back and I'll attach the board here to this post, and then I'll come back and I'll attach this panel to this post right here. You can see this connector is holding pretty good right here in the middle, and I can use either the corner or right here. I can undo it, it doesn't matter which one, and then it'll pivot out, it'll swing out, and that'll be almost like a door to get in and out, which I really don't need to get in and out that much, and it's only going to be for a week like I said. This corner is holding fantastic because it's pretty level on the ground down there, versus when you get to this side it's going downhill, but it's still, I think it's going to work out just fine. And then when we're all said and done, we'll be able to open up his gate and just let her kind of work her way in, and then these guys can hang out for a while. But I think having this space through the gate will give them an opportunity to kind of acclimate to each other. You kind of got to chip away at a little bit of things. When you work full time, you just get in a little bits here or there. But it's still important that I have time with my family each afternoon. So I had dinner right before I came out. Now we're going to get cleaned up, spend some time with the children, and we'll bring you back out here with us as we attach it and start working towards moving them up here. You already preparing? You're like, yep, I got to start laying right here. This is where she's going to want me, Dad. She's going to see me in all my glory. You are such a mess. What am I going to do with you, buddy? The baby's asleep, so I got the baby on the baby monitor so I can listen for him. So the existing panels are 4 feet high. My hopes is that between this scrap piece of 4x4 and this old 4x4 I found on the property, that I can use those as my corner supports to screw into to tie everything together. Because those panels are kind of old. They're still decent shape, but instead of a 2x4, I really want a 4x4 to give some added stability to the back side of it. So hopefully we got enough here to do both sides. So I'm going to be installing these with 3-inch decking screws, but in order to get enough bite, I got to come just inside of where these original panels were built, or the screws aren't going to catch. I think it's going to be hard to hold it. I got this one screw pre-started. We'll slide it in like so. Need more juice. Alright, so I'll take you a closer look so you can see we got 4x4, and then we got those 2 pieces of 4x4 to where it left a little bit of a gap, but I made sure that one of my screws struck top and bottom at least, and then one in between, and the same thing here. We got at least 1 screw running bottom, 1 screw hitting at the top. This old piece of 4x4 we were able to run all the way down. So now I've measured from the outside here to the outside here because it's pretty solid, and I got 69 inches. So I've now cut this board here 69 inches, and then I'm gonna take some scrap 2x4. I'm gonna mount it to the inside here so I have more to secure this down to as well, because you can see there's a lot of gaps here where this wood is and it's pretty thin. So I'm worried that the screws are gonna split this or it's not gonna get a good bite. So if I mount that 2x4 here, it'll give me a little something better to hook on right here. That's a good point right there to get to for so far. So we'll go to the store. I'll probably go ahead and pick up a couple 2x4s. It actually seems extremely sturdy front to back, but as you can see when I move this, I get a lot of shifting down here at the bottom. So I do think I'm going to get a 2x4 piece that'll go right there across the bottom to stabilize the front of it. We'll run a 2x4 across the center and then one more 2x4 across the back there. Once we get done with that, we'll get our roofing on there and it's ready to go for her, and then we'll start working on getting her up here. So yeah guys, that's going to wrap everything up for the pig build till we can get to the store, get some 2x4s and get some roofing materials, and shortly after that we'll be moving Olivia. So, and as you can tell, it's afternoon feed time, and that's why we got to wrap this stuff up as well. So let's get everybody fed. We're gonna get to the store and we'll bring y'all back as we finish all this up on one of the next episodes here coming up soon. So until then, y'all be great, and we'll see you here very soon on our next episode. Bye guys.